Hello and welcome to the Tank Club. Today we are delving into the question of whether you can tank effectively in Wayfinder. It's not a simple yes or no answer, so we'll explore all the details and shed light on Wayfinder's tanking mechanics. Wayfinder features various taunt abilities, including Wingrave's Judgment, which is a hidden taunt not mentioned in the skill's description. CeeLo possesses Protoclone, while Senya has Gain Favor. When one of these skills is employed, the word taunted appears in purple text beside the enemy, and they exhibit a golden halo when aggroed towards you. However, tanking through these taunt abilities isn't foolproof. The taunts are short-lived, and their cooldowns are excessively long. For instance, Wingrave's taunt lasts for 8 seconds, but the skill cooldown is 30 seconds. Moreover, the priority of taunts is flawed. Senya's Gain Favor has the shortest cooldown, but it doesn't effectively divert boss's attention either. It often redirects back to the highest DPS. CeeLo's Protoclone can often overshadow other taunts, making it the top priority even if Wingrave uses Judgment afterwards. Protoclone also isn't consistently reliable. Another approach to taunting involves the Trickster Echo, which claims to aggro up to 4 enemies. It has a 20-second duration and a 20-second cooldown, but it only triggers on a 25% chance when dodging in combat. Unfortunately, the Trickster Echo doesn't fulfill its promise. It fails to aggro enemies when it activates, and there's no visible indicator for enemies to target because it doesn't target you, unlike CeeLo's Protoclone, which has a visible indicator for enemies to attack. Utilising the Trickster Echo in conjunction with taunt skills could potentially make tanking viable in Wayfinder Season 1, but this remains unattainable at the moment unless we see a fix to taunts and the Trickster Echo. They need to be fixed for this to be possible. Gaining and maintaining enemy aggro becomes easier if you have the highest DPS in your group. The game tends to prioritise threat towards the highest DPS player. As a designated tank, you might not possess the necessary stats to maintain 100% aggro because you just won't have enough damage. In groups with low DPS, you may have a better chance of keeping aggro, and during ad pulls especially, being the first one into combat, you'll quite frequently have aggro in these situations. Wayfinder employs an active combat system where you can dodge and block attacks. Mechanics are typically clear-cut, with bosses telegraphing their attacks through various indicators like AoEs and channeled attacks. Players can anticipate these attacks by observing the ground where the AoEs appear and fill up before executing. Blocking is a valuable defensive tool when needed, especially against attacks, with the 3 purple lightning bolts above the enemy's head. These attacks are blockable and can also be dodged. Blocking is very reactive and you don't need to maintain it continuously. You can just react to it on that split second need. Stamina regenerates while blocking, making sustain pretty easy to do while being a tanky character. Currently, physical and magic defense stats hold little significance in Wayfinder. For every 100 defense points, incoming damage reduces by just 1 point. Effective tanking relies on boosting max health and resilience instead. Increased health enhances your staying power, while resilience, which is indicated by the golden bar above your health bar, depletes when you take unblocked damage. High resilience allows you to endure more damage, and then combined with blocking means you'll take much smaller hits. Running out of stamina leaves you unable to block, and running out of resilience makes you vulnerable and susceptible to more incoming damage. With challenging content on the horizon, there's a blueprint for tanking in Wayfinder. Raids and heroic endgame content are planned, indicating the need for improvements to accommodate tanks in the game's future most likely. When tanks become fully integrated, Wingrave emerges as the current strongest tanking option, especially for boss hunts. He combines defensive benefits from Divine's Aegis and the affinity perks, along with healing capabilities and group benefits. Senya shines in expeditions with many adds and trash packs thanks to her crowd control abilities. However, her lack of defense and healing outside of showboating makes her less sturdy than Wingrave. Other classes don't really possess the necessary benefits to be tanks, although you could tank with any class if you use the Trickster Echo when it's eventually working, and probably combined with the Sword and Shield. Currently, Wayfinder heavily favours damage output, making the need for tanks and healers almost non-existent. Mechanics can be managed through kiting or running, or by playing a ranged damage dealer build. Boss mechanics are generally straightforward and can be handled without a dedicated tank, as they are reasonably slow paced. Nevertheless, the inclusion of taunts in the game suggests that the developers may be planning to make tanks essential for future content, including the heroic and raid challenges. It's likely that tanks will become more of an integral part of the game in the next 2 seasons, but currently they are not something that is needed in Wayfinder. Thank you very much to all of our patrons and YouTube members for their support. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.